Good evening, everybody. Can you guys hear me behind this muzzle?
No.
No? Can't hear me with the muzzle on? I'll take the muzzle off.
Well, Jared, tell us, man. I mean, you've had a main event, you fought a legend, you know, but knowing that a title shot's on the line, is this the biggest fight of your career?
You know, on paper it is. Every fight's the biggest fight of my career. You know, every fight of my career, yes, this is the biggest fight of my career. You know, a title fight is definitely coming for me next. So, yeah.
Very nice. First trip out here to Fight Island as well. Saw you soaking it in yesterday. What are you feeling out here so far? And I mean, have there been any challenges that aren't, of a typical fight week? Or are you feeling okay?
The only challenge is wearing his muzzles. You know, I don't like being muzzled, but this is a very high tech one. I really like this one. I appreciate the guys who gave me this. TR2. This is pretty awesome. It's way better than those cloth ones. That's the only thing that's the only downside to this whole thing. But everything else has been great, man. The hotel staff, the flight over here was awesome. First class, you can't be mad at that, man. Knowing that I'm COVID free is cool too. The hotel staff is good. The UFC staff is always good. I'm happy to be back at it. You know, it's been over a year since my last fight, and I'm just excited to get back in there.
Well, this obviously was a fight supposed to happen earlier this year. I mean, are there any positives? I mean, I'm sure you would like to stay active and cash those checks, but I mean, are there any positives of the it's delayed?
Oh yeah, it's been a lot of positives. Considering I had the even though I had the injury, some might see that as a bad thing, but in my experiences throughout my whole life, especially since leaving home, I've realized that whenever something me or anybody would perceive as negative, it's always followed by something that's very positive. So it's like a pendulum swing that really happens. So with this injury and COVID-19 popping off, everything shut down. The injury happened at a really good time because I was able to still go to my physical therapist at Ares Physical Therapy. Al Escobar is the man. He used to be a professional competitive lifter himself. He's got athletes for offspring, if you will, and we have a good communal relationship between him and our team at the lab. He's just a really good dude, a good, kind heart and a very strong mind, and he really put it to applied it to what I do professionally. So not only was he rehabilitating the pec, he was taking me through a strength and conditioning program that has definitely benefited me in a very major way. So you guys are gonna see as soon as I take my shirt off for weigh-in, they're gonna be like, damn, that boy look cut. So that's one of the benefits is the the visual benefits, but the strength, my conditioning, I'm stronger than ever. I'm faster than ever. I'm better than ever.
That's awesome. So we know, Adesanya's been talking about you and saying that you look good here, and he definitely wants to fight you. What's it been like for you to get this respect? I mean, you've obviously had his attention for quite some time. What does that feel like, being the up-and-coming challenger, and this guy's identified you?
Yeah, real recognize real, He said in his interview he loves my energy. And that's, to me, to me, that means something different to what other people would mean. When you start talking energy, we all know that I love talking about energy and working with energy and stuff like that, man. So I think we're looking at each other right here. We see each other right there. You know what I'm saying? And that's really cool. I think that's huge. You know what I'm saying? Especially in our sport. Where a lot of people just look at the physicality of the sport. And then tap into the mentality of the sport as well. But there's a spiritual aspect to this as well. Martial arts is a spiritual thing before it became a physical thing, you know what I'm saying? It was a mental thing before it became a physical thing. Somebody had to feel it before they, oh, what's that feeling? I can think of it now. I can articulate it in my mind, and then I can express it through my body. So he knows that, with over 100 victories, you know what I'm saying? He knows that. He sees that. And he sees that energy when I'm in there with my opponents. So that's pretty awesome that he recognized it. I wish he would have kept it to himself. But, showing my hand there a little bit, it's all good. I don't care what people know about me or what they think or see of me. I'm going to show them something different every time.
Very nice. Last thing for me, knowing what's on the line here, the potential shot at the title on the other side of it, Is the mentality that, hey, we just got to go in here and get a win by any means necessary so we get this? Or is it, no, we got to go in there and make a statement. We got to do something definitive?
No, I'm going there with the same plan I always go in there. You know, decimate my opponent, destroy him, and my style just makes it happen in that way. You know what I'm saying? All my fights are exciting. You know, whether I win or lose, they are all been exciting. Everybody like, oh, that's a good fight. You know, and that's just it. That's my style, you know. Again, I'm better, and it's going to be even better. That's all I can say.
Sure. It seemed up to now that Israel really wanted to fight you, and we all know that, and we just mentioned the respect. But then I think last week his coach, Eugene Barriman, did an interview and said actually they want to move on to fight Jan Blachowicz for the new year because they couldn't get you by the end of this year. Does that surprise you hearing those comments, and does it even concern you a little bit that maybe he's moving away from the middleweight division and you won't get that fight?
I mean, whether he moves away or not, the title is still there. My goal isn't to fight Israel, you know. All the respect to him and all that stuff, but my goal is, as far as my journey here in the middleweight division, is to get to the title and then go far beyond that. So that's my goal. Whoever holds the title is who's going to have that target on their back. I thought it was pretty smart, him trying to get another fight at the end of the year, because this fight is happening at the end of August. That will leave me, about 2 months to prepare for a title fight. I think that'd be pretty smart as far as their camp goes if they wanted to make that happen. But I don't know. I mean, whatever they want to do is what. Maybe they're doing the hey, look over here, guys. Hey, look over here. Next thing you know, I'm getting a call saying, hey, you want to fight December 12th? You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna be like, hell yeah, I'm gonna fight because I'm always ready. And they're gonna probably try to lull me to sleep. They may be trying to lull me to sleep. You know what I'm saying? I ain't falling for nothing like that. I'm ready for whatever, whenever, against whoever.
So if let's say he moves up, fights 205 pound, they come to you and say interim title fight against probably the winner of Till Hermanson, would you say yeah, absolutely, or would you rather say no, I want the actual championship, the interim doesn't mean enough for me to fight again?
Till Hermanson?
Yeah.
Man, come on. Fight's a fight, dude. So I'm here to earn my title fight. Whatever you put in front of me, I'm gonna knock it down and get to where I'm going. So yeah.
What was the reaction to Till Hermanson? What do you think of that fight?
It's a good fight. You know, it's two different styles. A more stand-up heavy style, a more grappling heavy style. So it's the classic striker versus grappler thing. We've heard that a million times in the sport. But again, I'm not gonna pick who's going to win that. This person's going to win that. That person, they all have the tools to win the fight. So it's definitely going to be exciting to watch those guys go at it, learn a little bit more. If I end up fighting Till, I'll have more footage on him. If I fight Jack Hermanson again, I'll see if he's improved since the last time.
Is there any special preference to fight Till, considering he was blowing up your Instagram comments for a while and there was a history that fight nearly happened and then sort of disappeared on you?
No, it's all in good fun, man. I don't put no weight on anything that comes through these phones, through these social media things, or anything like that. That's why my block game is heavy. My blocking game is strong, man. If anybody brings any negativity to me, boom, I'll block you real quick, like no sweat off my sack. But what was the question again?
Just did you want to fight Till because that fight was nearly booked and then he was sort of injured, then not injured. So.
Yeah, whoever, you know. A fight is a fight. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I'm only worried. I'm only when I go into a fight, it's all about me. You know, I'm not concerned about who it is and what they do and how they're going to do it and if it's going to hurt or not. I'm in there to do damage, and that's just it. Anything else is, you know, is a distraction from that goal.
Last thing for me, we had Rob in here earlier, and he sort of, as respectfully as he can say this, said that he's just going to get in there and try and rip your face off on Saturday night. Do you respect that sort of energy?
Yeah, I'm sure he is going to get in there and try to rip my face off, but he's going to go backwards. It's going to be hard to rip my face off when you're moving around, moving away, trying to get set and then go. I'm not going to give him an opportunity to get set, you know what I'm saying? He's going to be ready, set, go. I'm already go. I'm go right now, you know? And as soon as the ref says go, like I said in that the countdown thing, I'm going to put it on his ass from start to finish. He ain't going to have the room, the air, or opportunity to do any of the stuff he does very well. I don't plan on giving him that. And if he gets it off, good on him. He is an elite level fighter. And that is to be expected as far as, you know, as far as anybody else is concerned. But as far as I'm concerned, like I said, I'm gonna put it on his ass. He ain't gonna have the. He can't. He just. No. Rip my face off? No, it's pretty firm in place. You know, this isn't frazzle drip over here. He ain't finna rip my face off.
Do you believe a 3-round fight benefits you then?
What?
Do you think a 3-round fight benefits you?
A fight benefits me, man. It doesn't. I don't care if it's 3 rounds or 5 rounds. I'm gonna go in there and fight the same way. Most people want a 3-round fight because they get tired. You know, I never get tired of whooping somebody's ass.
And then Rob's spoken a lot about being burnt out before fights and having to take time off and like mentally clear his head. Have you experienced anything like that in your life?
I love what I do, man. And like I've said before, you know, I've been saying this plenty of times, you know, I don't train so I can go to a fight. You know, my training is a part of my fighting. You know, if anybody, I want people to understand that these cameras, the attention and all that stuff I can do without it. You know what I'm saying? I just need a means to be able to do this. This is why I do it for the UFC, so I can get a paycheck, so I can live comfortably and be able to go to the gym 2-3 times a day and then go home to my family and chill out. You know, I'm a martial artist and I'm a father. Everything else is just extra, more of a distraction, if you will. So yeah, man, I love to train. I love to do it. And as long as my body is able to do it, I'm going to do it for the rest of my life. And as long as I can fight, it's going to be a part of it. It's a part of my training.
Jared, I was wondering, how did you feel about when Rob pulled out in March citing burnout? Because it's not like, he got an injury and he can't make the fight. He kind of, voluntarily removed himself after he'd already signed on the dotted line to fight you. Mm-hmm. How did you feel about that?
Well, how did I feel like that? I felt like it didn't matter how I felt. If initially they were saying that he was donating bone marrow or something to his daughter. And I was like, I certainly hope that's not the case. I hope that he's just scared or burnt out or whatever the hell people want to say it was. So I'm glad I'm glad that wasn't the case. And that's all. That's the only thought that I had. Just give me a fight. Who's next? And Till was thinking about it as well. And we saw what happened. I tore my pec, and here we are again. So the fact that he did get burnt out says stuff. Lets me know a few things that you don't love it as much as I do, maybe, or maybe he's just done it longer than I have, and I don't know. Maybe it's not a good environment to do it in, right? Maybe he's got some issues in his gym, which is what he alluded to in the countdown thing, right? It was all business, all work, and no play. And now these guys are playing basketball or rugby or something. I don't know what they were playing on the thing, but they're having fun now. So he says he's having fun, he's enjoying it, and all that stuff. So the fact that he pulled, people pull out all the time, and when I heard that he pulled out, I was just hoping that it wasn't the worst, his daughter being sick and him having to do that. That was my only thought, and that let's get another guy in there.
Can I ask you, so obviously you were training for him in March, now back to it. You obviously train hard every fight, but is there more motivation now because you've had more time, you've kind of had to wait to get your hands on him?
No, again, man, when I get these contracts with their names on them, I don't care who you are or what you do and what you're going to do and how you're going to do it and if it's going to hurt and all that other stuff, I focus on myself. I definitely take my opponent into consideration. That's what my team is there for, to keep me honest in that regard. And and I'm an intelligent fighter, I come up with my own game plans. And then my team reinforces those game plans. You know what I'm saying? If I'm on the right track, they'll say, you should be doing this. I'm like, hey, I was thinking that. So synchronicity. Talking about universal laws here, man. I'm telling you, the universe be talking to me through one of the ways that it talks to me is through synchronicity. And me and my team are synchronized. We are on the same frequency. And we're going to go in there and get a win.
Which crystals did you bring with you to meet today?
Well, pyrite, of course. You see me blinging right here. I got some pyrite right there, some hematite, some tourmaline to reflect all the negative energy that people like to do. Some people like to bring around and stuff like that. Talk about synchronicity, right? I got some more pyrite wrapped in copper. I got this from my guy, The Life of a Stoner. It's a real nice piece. I love copper. Copper amplifies electric conductivity so that I can receive messages and energy or whatever I need. But this piece right here is, talk about synchronicity. My wife got me this for our anniversary. Anybody who knows what this is a taka, I think I was told it was, or taki. I looked it up and said taka. I think the guy corrected me and says a taka. But this thing is a Maori thing. And of course, we all know Rob is of Maori descent, Maori ancestry. But it resembles an axe head, which is symbolic of strength, and a whole bunch of other good things and stuff like that. And it's jade, which has its own properties as well. Jade, everybody loves jade, right? So synchronized, right? She got me this before I even had to fight with Rob.
Wow.
You know? And then I think a couple of weeks later, I got the call. And I was like, okay, let's do this. You know? So the universe be talking to me, man, and that's one of the ways it talks. I saw a picture today on the ground. You know, it was a picture of essentially UFOs, aliens descending upon Earth, and the flags that were in the picture were of the Arab Emirate. You know, and I thought, what? So I'm gonna start watching the skies, guys. You guys should be watching the skies around here and see what you can see up there.
Real quick one on the embedded. People were talking about your personalized boxing gloves. The killer gorilla is backwards. Is it supposed to be like that, or is it reads correctly when you're looking at it?
It reads correctly when I look at it, and it reads correctly when I boom bust somebody in the face with it. So it reads correctly when you're on the right side, when you're on either side of the glove. When I hold them up right here, I can read it, the killer gorilla. And when I punch you in your face, you're gonna see the. It may be backwards when you get punched in the face. But hey, it ain't for you to know, it's for me. These are my gloves, and so whoever puts them on be like, the killer gorilla, oh, these aren't my gloves. There you go.